I hope you brought the popcorn because it's going to be fun. Nothing technical. There is a whole lot of stuff in life that is worth documenting. You see it every day, but you don't even notice it. So what is anthropology? The anthropology is the study of what makes us humans. The anthropologists take a broad approach, right, to understand the different aspects of the human experience. For example, we all eat. We all need to find food. So some buy food, some find food, and then we need to actually eat, right? What utensils are we using? Plates. And then we share also food. Let's take this example. You see this plastic bag with this brown liquid? I was in Malaysia and I was like, what is this? Many people were having this on their scooter, in the bus, local bus. So I was like, I want to be in. I want to know what is this thing. So I was in the street and I could see a lady selling them. I was like, I need to go, I need to understand. So I was like, hey, I want one. And she tells me, kopi susu gula. I'm like, okay. Kopi, coffee, susu, sugar, and gula, concentrated milk. Because in Malaysia, they don't have the milk we have in Western countries. So I was like, perfect. There is almost 300, 400 milliliters in, right? It's not the coffee we usually drink in Western countries, except the Americano, and still. It was really good. So this picture, it's actually me super proud because I'm in, I was in. Every morning I was buying one, I was super happy, and I was part of the community, in a way, part of their culture for a little while. Yeah, so that is a good example that design is cultural. Every solution carries local meaning and context. But what is design? We found solution for your problems. Design today, it's a mainstream way of thinking. We have the design thinking, which is a set of methods as a human approach to solve problems. Everybody has in mind the double diamond, with first the discovery part and then the delivery part. In the discovery, it's written research. So you research about your users. There are different ways of doing it. But one way that is really less prioritized today and for many years now, it's observing. We start by observing people in their environment, working environment. For example, you build an app for offshore. Have you been to offshore? Or for wind turbines. Have you been there? Did you see how actually the user is interacting throughout the day? He is not spending 8 hours in front of the software you are supposed to build. He has interaction. He may be in a noisy environment, right? Or he may have different screens. So when you build your app, you need to know that it will be in competition with other screens, like in the drilling cabin in offshore. And I don't think AI can replace a human observing how the user is in his working environment. So let's observe today. Let's put the anthropological lens. So what is anthropological lens? It's the ability to notice meaning in what most people overlook. It's about training yourself to see the world as it is lived and not as it is designed to be. Design anthropology, it's not just about understanding people, but it's also about using those insights to create better solutions. So, guys, are you ready to follow me in this journey? Are you ready to see the ordinary differently? Yes, because observation builds empathy. Indeed, seeing how people really live helps us design with care. Improvisation is innovation. Everyday hacks reveal unmet needs. And we see this in our social media. As a mom, how many times I saw, oh, this is a mom hack? Design is cultural. Every solution carries local meaning and context. Yes. But look at this picture. You see, I was talking about that design is cultural. But this gesture, it was pictures taken in a plane to Bangkok. I'm road dogging in planes. my preferred activity is to observe the people in the plane and what they're doing with their screens. So I had this guy in my diagonal, perfect. So you see, he's using his 2 fingers to interact with the tactile screen. And this is universal. With our mobile phone, now we zoom in and zoom out, right, with 2 fingers. So this is important also for companies to build products that are global, but also local. Look at this one. We are in Laos here, and this is a local bus. And this guy is actually on a mobile phone with a big antenna. And it looked like normal for the others. Nobody was really surprised. These are monks. Maybe a group of teenage monks that were in whatever attraction. I like the way we perceive monks. The monks are traditional, praying 5 times a day in a temple, eating soup, not speaking with the other one. And in the other side, we have one with this tablet. It was fantastic. I managed to take the picture. I was so excited. Who knows what is this? Anybody has an idea what is this picture and context? Say it again. Yes, it's a local market, but pay attention to this big pole, this yellow pole that you have on the left. This is actually a fan. They removed the pal, right? They kept the engine. And at the tip of the engine, they added a string. And at the bottom of the string, they added a textile. So thanks to the engine, it's turning. And the reason why, it's to get the flies away from the food. You need to have, as I said, observing, there are things that you don't see throughout the picture. It's 30 degrees, and they are in this market covered throughout the day. This is a motor oil perfusion. I still don't know, but I speculate. I think this is a store of new motorcycle, and I think they did not want to put dirt on the tank, which is new, you know. So to try out the scooter before selling them, they were using this bottle. You see, people are good at finding solutions to their problem. We're in a local bus, still in Laos, and this driver has, instead of a rear view mirror at the top, it's a music rear view. He actually has his device with the playlist. I like this solution because you still have the left and right rear view mirror, right? In a bus, you don't necessarily need the one at the top, right? For the car, okay. So just with a glimpse, with eyes, safely, he could drive and see his preferred music. It's still Laos, and this is a small village. To access it, I walked 3 hours in the jungle, you know, like the typical stories that you tell when you come back from your travels. And this is actually a TV antenna that is used to dry the bra, because actually there is no roads for cars, etc. So there is no concrete on the floor, it's just, you know, sand. I'm UX designer. And one of the criteria I like to use from Bastien and Scapin, they are French guru of the design, for the people that don't know. One of their criteria is grouping and distinguishing items per shape or location. This is actually an organized kitchen in a boathouse. I love it because everything is categorized and sorted out. We have the big pot, metallic pot on the left. We have 2 shelves. On the second one below, we have all the bottles, right? That's the bottle collection. And below, we have the plastic bag with the vegetables. And this is what I would call an MVP version of a barbershop. We have only all the essentials. I mean, we have the must-have, should-have, nice-to-have features, right, in design. Here it's MVP and it's enough. You have the chair, you have the tools, you have a mirror, maybe you have an option for the clock and for the radio. But I'm sure when you go out, you have the same nice bird, and you understood? Even more beautiful than in a crazy one where you pay much more money. This is taken in a park, don't cut the tree sign. It was a park in Laos with many temples. It was really big. I don't understand, guys, what happened for the guy to write don't cut the tree? Does someone came, with the sag machine, with the soap, he cut the tree, right? And then the next month, the guy is like, fuck, we need to add a sign, don't cut the tree. The guy brought the tree in his house. I still don't understand. But at least here you see the tone of voice for a sign is quite straightforward. We're going to see another one later from another country, which is a different tone of voice. Thailand. Can someone tell me what's going on here? They steal shoes? No. But it's about the shoes. You are right, Anna. They remove it, yeah, but they put it on the shade because it's too warm again. You were not there, but it's 35 degrees and the shoes really warm in these countries during summer. It's painful to put them. So, yeah, that's a solution they found. The expansion bus. There is always a way, Some people, they hold, I really want this luggage or whatever materials to come with me. Alain Delon, these are cigarettes sold in Cambodia. I like because here they are objectifying the culture. Alain Delon is dead, but even in Japan, Alain Delon, it's an actor, a French actor, which was really good, but it's from another almost century. Now we have new actors that are amazing. And it's interesting how abroad France is so bright. The culture, the food, the language, is used. I see here often private clinic and with French words that often has a grammatical issue, with wrong. This was like a Cambodia-Laos frontier. It was like the waterfall attraction. I think, if I remember well, that the waterfall was the frontier between the two countries, right? So I go there to take picture of the waterfall because that's what we are supposed to do. And then I see this monk, oh my God, he's almost floating into the air, with the textile. He was so beautiful. I was like, oh my God, that's my attraction. I'm going to take a picture of him. And I realized that it was the same for him. He was taking actually a picture of me because he never saw white people. I was eating in the street during 30, 45 minutes, and it was this lady on the other side of the road. I was like, what's going on? And I took a picture, but it was quite hard. And it's actually a pregnant lady on the phone with a relaxed position, bending her head. I like this one because it's interesting to see how we use our mobile phones. What are the behaviors and the gesture, the position? And these are key for the companies, to understand, to build the next product that will actually match the needs. I think that was the same night, same street, eating, and boom, out of nowhere, I have these parents and this little girl with a perfusion for the kid. You see, people are good at finding solutions to their problems. 3 on the scooter with a bamboo stick for the perfusion to continue. I'm not sure where they were going, but at least it works, right? This is the back of a kitchen where the dishes. It was full of phone numbers. I was fascinated. I was like, that's awesome. That's their way, right? Again, they found a solution to get all the phone numbers. They need apparently a lot of phone numbers for their business. What if we come with a big interface with a list of mobile phone? Or you probably have more innovative ideas than me. But I'm sure there is a digital solution here, right? And maybe it's not the only kitchen in Cambodia. If this one needs so many phone numbers, maybe the other kitchens also, they need phone numbers. So it could be interesting to run a survey, go there, go to different kitchens, see how they do with their provider phone numbers, and see if we can find a solution, right, for all these kitchens. Who never wrote a phone number or an information on his body to remember? That's quite universal. This is more local. This is a clothing store. Us, we use a mannequin with the best outfit, right? And it's in front of the store, right? Or you have some like, they use all the mannequins out. You know, the full mannequin family for the jeans. Look, 10 jeans, they have 10 jeans. The shirts. So there are other ways, right, to do in other countries. This guy, to me, he has intelligence of the volume. He's carrying with 2 wheels a lot of goods in plastic. It's super light, right? It feels that this one is almost going to fall, but it's not, because he knows. So I think it's important to see that every job has a meaning, and people are good at their job. Who wrote on trees? Margaux plus Michel, Love Forever, right? Writing on trees. Well, they do the same in Cambodia, but on cactus. But the meaning is the same than us. They've managed. They wanted a scooter in the bus, and they've put the scooter in the bus. That's like the pregnant lady that was relaxing on the phone. I like this one because you have the product, right? You have it in your hands, and you need somehow a way to be able to accommodate it to your ears. I like the 3 fingers that he uses, and also like company like Nokia mobile phone. There are researchers like Chipchase that are doing this job to understand how they are holding the phones. I'm in Vietnam now, and I am in the food court. I want to eat, and I try to give my money, and they don't want my money, and they all point to this device. This is just to put money on your card, on a food cart. And I was surprised. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be complicated. And I was surprised because there are 3 alphabets, actually. You could choose by QWERTY, kids alphabet, and alphabet, and that's the alphabet. So this is in the Pelni boat in Indonesia. They're actually having an app. So this is quite cultural. They put a newspaper, and I saw more. Us, we would put a mask or just close our eyes and we are okay. But maybe they need their intimacy. You know, in this culture, maybe it's different. They need to cover all their face. So I took this boat, a 14 days boat that does. There are many islands, as I said, in Indonesia, and there are some remote islands that need to be refilled with water, goods, materials, even carousel structure. So the boat goes all around this island, like in a loop, right? Like even post office, mail, all this type of information. So I ended up in this remote island because then the boat stops, then you wait 3-4 hours. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to, do some tourism in this island. So obviously I was the only white girl also. They took a lot of picture of me in this boat. But I was amazed because on this island, all the hanging clothes technique was the same. It was beautiful. And again, it's well sorted out. If we go back to sorting and categorizing information. In this same island, it was a tool to collect fruit from the tree also. Nice solution here. And the boat has some type of open, close. Guys, I still don't understand it. I'm alive, but I'm not sure if you understand for the designers that are here and even everybody. It's quite complicated. This is another boat. It was a night boat, and I like it because the people had to find a way to sleep because it was an overnight boat, right? I like because you have some family sleeping together on the left and you have a baby. They gave the space for the baby to sleep, and you have a lot of motorcycle and a truck above. So like hands, people organize and find a way, to sleep, and everything is well put together. So it's also about categorizing information. Here it's more categorizing people, but to me it's the same, the way I see the world. And this is a post office in another island. He was counting 4 at the time. We don't see this anymore. I mean, we don't have coins, we don't have bills, you know, we use our mobile phones. So I wish we would touching more bills, yeah. This is a motorcycle, which is actually a store. It's a moving fruit motorcycle shop. It works, huh? It's balanced and everything in addition. Wow. Indonesia, this is the ceiling of a hotel room. Can someone tell me what this is? Look at the roof, the ceiling. Huh? Escape route? Escape, no. This is an arrow that points to the Mecca. The Muslim people need to pray in the direction to the Mecca. And it was in many hotels, actually. It was quite normal. So every time I was laying down in a bed, I was like, oh my God, another arrow that points to the Mecca. We are in Taiwan, and this is the real-time toilet. The fact, I was like, wow, that's so cool, technology, you know, but then when you think twice about the needs, etc., it was outside. So yeah, me, I would like to have it inside, because often I don't know if the door is locked or not, you know, so sometimes you wait, the door is not locked, I don't know, but I like it, it's interesting. Oh my God, the umbrella. We're going to see several umbrellas, and this one is put the umbrella to get a bag, so to don't wet the floor of the shop. And this is the hand sanitizer also in Taiwan. It looks normal for us now, but before COVID. Have you seen some around you where you live in Western country? Me, never. That's why I took this picture. I was really surprised. This is about significance of codes and other criteria in UX design. And I like the way they represent female and male. There is this other one in Taiwan where it's a breastfeeding sign icon. I like it also. But it questions, you know, us in our countries, the icon we have in the Google library, etc. How are they handling their icon, right, in the other side of the world? I'm now in Hong Kong in a park, and again, the guys had this tool, one working, 10 looking, like the traditional way, and it's to cut the trees. I'm not sure it's super efficient because, you know, like it's physics. It's so high that you need to put a lot of pressure. But I see some branches that were cut, so... And it's Hong Kong, you know, I thought the guys were more modern than that, but okay. And it's still in Hong Kong. This is a ferry that goes from an island to the other one, and I call this a non-accessible feature, but a discoverable feature, if we talk design. It's actually the backrest that goes left or right, depending on the driving direction. You see here, you can slide it. So these girls did not get the memo, because they are turned to take their picture. As I said, not accessible feature, but discoverable. There is no sign. These are key, temple key. I don't have any more to say about this one. I'm fascinated just to see the shape of it. We don't have keys like that here, you know. No, I guess the door, yeah, could be more, we could go more deeper in it. And this is a family, you know, there are these photographers today, I don't know their names, I guess there are several that take pictures throughout the world of families, you know, living. They take a picture of the family and their environment, or some are opening the fridge, you know, and they take the fridge in picture. So here it's a little bit the same, but see how everything makes sense. They have everything they need, you know, the should have. They have the TV antenna stored there, they have the solar panel, they have also the clothes hanging and drying, there is space for the motorcycle, and you see they need to adapt with the environment. There are no trees, you know, they cannot do anything with the landscape around, apparently. On the left, it's for the goats or the sheep, I forgot. And this is a pole. I would say two poles. This is an electricity pole that is attached to another pole. I'm not sure what happened. But they've got this design, and I assume it works. And I just wanted, for comparison, to show you one in Norway, because it's not better. It's in the middle of a lake with a small platform, another electricity pole. Let's go back to Mongolia and China border. Can someone tell me or knows what's going on with trains at the border? Yeah, spot on. So to explain to the others, there is the Russian gauge that are this side. Don't ask me too much question about the numbers. And the China gate. So they they split the cars, they lift up the cars, we stay inside, it's around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, you stay, you look, it's like a touristic attraction to me at least, and then they change the tracks below, they change. And so the train, it's a Trans-Mongolia train, arriving from China, going through Mongolia and ending in Beijing, and then after he goes back again. Ah, another umbrella system. There is a business to do there, guys, huh? So this one is just to lock your umbrella. So if you forget your umbrella, which I always forget my umbrella, then you stay with the key forever. China, yeah. I like this one. They found a solution to their problem. They needed some green ink and they use a bottle. And this is a display now. It's quite out there. It's ads on the tunnel. So it's like, you know, the flip book. You know, you take the pages and you see animating, you know, what you wrote on each, what you draw. So here it's the same. It's display of Beckham in the tunnel. So you have 100 displays, right? And when the train goes, it animates actually, and then it make a movie if you want. It's quite popular. This is a vending machine, drink vending machine in Forbidden City in China. I'm not sure if they're all like that, and today maybe they are more modern, but just for you to know, this is a drink vending machine. They're fantastic. It's really interesting to observe the vending machine. And this is a set to recharge your phone. I thought it was a little bit abandoned. It's in a train station, but no. 5 minutes after I took my first picture, it was full of ladies. But today, you know, we have more universal ports, so this tends to be less and less useful. Taking the train in China. Someone took the train in China. It's a microcosmos. It's an entire society. You have 3 bunk beds. And when you take the train, it's not for 6 hours like us, you know, it's for 36, 77. You spend days because it goes from one side to the other side of China, and you know the distances. So it's like a micro-society, men are smoking a lot, and when the guy comes with the cart, everybody is happy to see it, and yeah, it's very special. And there is also even a possibility to rent a DVD with this DVD player. The lady passing the train. So as I said, it's another world. And this is a train station with the morning routine of the McDonald's employee. I like this one also. It tells you also how people start their work in other countries. Now we are in Myanmar, Burma. This is actually a makeup, not a makeup, but it's, yeah. So it's a Tanaka bark. Tanaka, it's a tree. They ground it and then it becomes powder. And this is actually to protect from sunburn. It's the equivalent of our solar cream. So you see, the boys, they don't have the same patterns on their face. And the ladies also. So that's more comparable to makeup that we have in Western countries. But I like to see how it evolved. When you are kids, you are specific patterns, etc. You know, every age has a different design, which is very interesting and very well developed there. And this is a lady selling banana, and this is view from the train. Fantastic. I love this one because business speaking, it's spot on. We don't care the lady. We don't want to buy the lady. We want to buy the banana. And what you see from the train here, it's all the bananas. And they were all having the same system, the same strategy. A plate on top of the head, and then you had food for sale. I like this one. I use it often also in presentations. This is like the sarong, you know, like in Thailand, they don't call it sarong in Myanmar. But you see, he had to find a strategy to put his wallet and mobile phone, because that's the most precious, right? He has. So, and us in all of this. I'm like, can we? Because it's very powerful in their culture to have these pants. Women have these pants, men have these pants. So can we come and do something? Can we improve their life and then add pockets to this? Or can we design a special bag, for them that goes well with the sound? I don't know, I'm not sure. But it's just worth to observe, and I would like to go back today and see if they still have the same technique or if someone did something. This is a nun in the Myanmar train. Myanmar train goes from north to south. Very interesting, it's an old train. And this train, it's in many books in literature. They describe this train, so it's quite popular. So she's on the phone with a big antenna. And again, it's a way to see that they can be modern. So this is Yangon, the capital of Myanmar. Can someone tell me what it is? This is actually bags to lift goods from lower level to higher level because they don't have elevators. What is interesting here is that it's part of the city, and you see this everywhere in the city. So it's part of the landscape, of the urban landscape. This is very funny. It's everybody went to caves, right? And often you have drops of water. Yeah. So they decided, we are going to do a system because we don't want a drop of water to go on our floor and, our temple. So they decided to do a construction. And you can see over the time that they started on the top left. Okay, this one, the drop goes there. This is a good system. Oh, fuck, we have another one on the right side. So we are going to build the other one, etc., etc., etc. And we arrived to this little tube, that hose that points to, but it was a bucket, but they removed it at that moment. It's fantastic, huh? It's almost art installation just for a drop of water. This one is quite self-explanatory. He used a fan as a basket to put his shoes in Thailand to dry his shoes from the AC ventilation. Good solution, huh? Right? And this is another way of holding the phone. So we are in Indonesia in a Pelni boat, and she holds, thanks to her headscarf, you see the little pink tip that we see. And actually, in France, for the last 4 years, the guy on scooter with their helmet, they do exactly the same. They put the phone between the helmet and their ear. Super funny. So you see, we're in the other side of the world, and they have the same technique. We need to explore more. This one is fantastic. It's just a weight system for the tarp to don't blow away if there is wind. So if it's wood and rock attached, to a string, I have to try this one out. I think it's really useful. What did you say? Okay. That's interesting. Cool. Yeah. Who knows what are these big rectangle volume structure in the garden? No. This, I don't have the pointer, but what you see, there are family graves. Here, there you have two, and here you have third one. Oh, it's even protected for the rain. So they are the ancestors that are dead here from the family. What I like is that, yes, it's sacred, but they actually cook on it. The kids are playing, they can run on it. The animals also, but they are part of the family. It's also because they don't have cemetery in these remote areas. Yeah, it's a remote island, far away from everything in Indonesia. Never saw the white people. It's far away from Bali and the touristic places. We're in Netherlands now, back to Europe. And this is actually binders that is used as a mailbox. They did not have mailbox, so they used the binder. I like it, easy, simple, and it works fine. And now we are in Norway. So this recycle point, yeah, it might be familiar to you, but when I came in Norway a long time ago, I was like, what is this thing? The user flow is fantastic. These pictures show it well. So first you come with your plastic bag, you put the bottles in it, and then you move to the right. You have the plastic bag that you can put in the posse, right, in the bin. And then the man is actually explaining, well, then you wash your hand and you dry your hands and done. We don't have this in France, and I'm sure in other countries it's not that well done, or it does not exist at all, the pant system. Notice the guy in public area, how he is washing his hands. We're going to see more after. We are in Peru now, in South America, where there is a small carousel for the little kids. It's activated manually by a man. That was fun. And that's another sign. Remember, we saw the don't cut the tree. This one is las plantas embellecen la vida, which means the plant embellish life. So you see the tone of voice is really different here, right? To say don't mess up with the grass. And we are still in Peru, in the Plaza Central of Arequipa. And these are people looking at the newspaper every morning. It's a real thing. It's a real flow. And my colleague told me that his grandfather in Stavanger had access to this same system in Strand Mall. What was the name of the mall? Schilden? Mediagoren. Yeah, so it existed before. Really useful. And it's like teaser, and then you buy it if you're more interested. In the central plaza also of this same city, you have here a typewriter that is actually writing and printing administration for the people, because they don't have printers maybe, or they don't know how to write also, that's possible. And it's really popular. We're in Canada now, where you have communal compost box. So they take their compost and they bring it here, and then the compost goes to like a shared garden area. So collectively they sort or do this flow of composting. Seen in Spain, a Bitcoin ATM machine. I was like, okay, you can buy and sell Bitcoins with euros. I wasn't trying, I took much more a picture of the flow. It was fun. And this one also, now we have more and more sparkecycle. Yeah, we call them scooters, sparkecycle in Norwegian. In Paris, it's full of sparkecycle, and there are many private companies. And this causes accident, and we even have and will have dead people. So the authorities were like, we need to find a system, right, to get all of them in the same area, or maybe this will help us, you know, to reduce the accident and also to collect in the same place the scooter. And so I saw this for the first time last year in Spain, a parking. And then 4 months ago, it started in Stavanger. So it's interesting. I'm not sure that this answered the needs, you know, but at least they are trying something, because it's a mess, right? I think they don't know how to manage. When I came to the conference this morning, it was full of sparkecycle in front also. So does the parking would help? I'm not sure. We will see, I think, in the years coming, you know, improvements and more improvement regarding this situation. We're in France here, where this is accessibility ATM. So we have the line for the blind people and for the wheelchair in yellow. And we are in a French bakery. The precious of the French. So you see, we have 4 cash handling machines. It exists in Norway. Everybody knows what is a cash handling machine, right? You put the money like this, the person does not need to deal with cash. But here they have 4. The fact is that every Saturday morning or Sunday morning, people are queuing the bakery to buy what? Baguette and croissant, and that's true. That's really us. But when we line in queue, we have our little coin, the 2 euros or a bill of 5 euros, right? We don't use credit card, or at least they don't accept. They say, I take credit card from 10 euros. And you come just for a baguette and 4 croissants for your family. So the fact is that they manage the flow. There is less queue. It goes faster with the flow of the clients. And the clients just have to throw their cash in this machine. Very efficient. And yeah, that's a way for them to get more business and more money. I love toilets. This one is an adjustable flush, found in France to be more ecologic, right? And try to use less water for the planet. So you can choose yourself by sliding this. So I was talking about the combo in public area to wash your hands. And here also it's the same everywhere. Please try to observe washing your hands, the setup in public areas. 3 things, 3 steps, 3 items. The first one is the soap, right? You have it in blue with this nice icon that is close to the label in terms of UX design. Perfect, right? The items are together and the icon match the label. Step 2, get water. Icon, label, perfect. It's water in French, savon with soap, sorry. And air, it's dry your hands. That's the 3rd step. You can dry with the hair dryer or with the serviette. This one makes perfectly sense. Also, the location is interesting with the mirror because you understand that, soap is here, so you try with your hands and the soap is going, thanks to the sensor, which is spot on, fantastic. So this one is really well designed. And then I have another one. Oh, okay, I'm ready. This one is a nightmare. I'm like, which designer said, I'm going to do a 3-in-1, I'm going to take a shortcut. Yeah, it's going to be more efficient. So, and even the user documentation, it's just a nightmare. I'm going to, cheaper to have, the guy could take a box and arrow, right, and put step 1, step 2. No, there is 2, and 2 hands. What the? Now the way to utilize it, it's even more frustrating. You have sensors in the middle to get water, but you have sensors not so far to get the hair, right? The hot hair. So you know what's going to happen. You put the water, no, I just wanted water. And then when you are ready to dry, and then the water is leaking. I'm like, how the guys they do, in their meeting. Okay, guys, so today we need to create a new way, a new workflow, to clean your hands. They fucked up. Yeah. This is a drive. I don't know. Does people know the drive concept? Since I'm in Norway, I never see, and it's super popular in France and in other countries. Okay, explain the concept, and maybe after you tell me if you know about it. So you click and collect. You are on your computer. You do your grocery, right? 6 eggs, a salad, etc. When it's done, you send it, right? And then you decide date and time when you want to collect your grocery. And it's a drive, so you come with your car. You park with your car, you put your QR code in this little interface, and here they come with, I went inside just wanted to see, but you're not supposed to go inside. And then they give you see the grocery with the bags, you see the bags here, and it's ready. You open your trunk, and off we go. Do you know this concept? Does it exist in Norway? Okay. Scotland, yeah, I think in pretty many European shops it exists. And this one also, so this exists for many years. To me, it's normal, but I was like, Margaux, no, you need to put it in your presentation. This is actually a frozen food store. There are only frozen food inside. And Picard now has developed, Picard, it's a brand of frozen food. And now it develops so much that you have even store chef food that are there that are frozen. So it's not just to buy your vegetables that are frozen, like in Rema 1000 here. You have the entire full package, the food, you can have ready food, you can also have the vegetables, and there is many choices there. So it's a society effect, how to say. I have friends of me that are, Picard, they just go to Picard shop to get their food, to cook their food, because it's super easy, you put it in the microwave, etc. It's ready-made, but they think Picard, they eat Picard, they sleep Picard, they don't need to go to other stores. It's at that level, And as I said, even the chef, they're doing Picard meal. This is like McDonald's. You can buy on the device, and then you go to the cashier, to take your money. So we are in a train in France, and they were doing the same thing to fluidify, to have a better flow of clients and less queue, in the food, in the dining car. This is a pizza vending machine in France. It started to appear after COVID, during COVID, sorry. So this is not frozen pizza. It's actually real pizzaiolo that have a restaurant that had to close, Panzanella, and they still want to make money. So they're renting this machine. They put their pizza in. There is an oven, but they need to readapt a little bit the recipe, and then it can stay 4 days here. And now it's really popular, and it continues. But it's written, it's the Panzanella pizza, and then you have maybe the competitor also. So it's not frozen pizza, it's good quality. This is a Stavanger. You have military that is breaking the ice. I did not know that. When the guys, they come back from the North Sea, that was taken next to Spiceriet, in the city center. They're actually removing and cleaning the ice from the ship, from the canoe, I was like, whoa, okay, I did not know, but it's part of their task. This is a scene in Stavanger. It's a NEO, a swap battery, so they don't recharge the battery when the battery is empty. It's a monthly fee, right? And then I really like the concept. You park your car, they remove below under the car, they remove the battery, and they swap with a new one. Seen just in Norway. This is next to Pedersgata. You have 7 video cameras pointing in the same direction. Who knows why? I don't know. I still don't understand. I love this one. You see everywhere, but you don't notice it. These are desire paths. So the urbanist guy are like making, a real path. And then we always find a way to find a shortcut, right? And then another one take it, and another one take it. And then it ends up by being desire path. You will see often now. Hopefully, please observe the desire path. They're quite funny. Observe the elevators also. They never make sense. I never found one way of doing which makes sense for us users. Here you have the buttons 1 to 7, down to top, and then, 1 to 7 down, right? It does not match. The button goes up, and the sign to say where goes the level, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 down. I have many pictures of elevators. I have a headache with them. I still don't get it. This is a lost and found in a sports center. And if I understood, I like because they have a system. Right? That's what we liked. It's not a big bucket where they put everything. You see, there is some paper next to the shoes, and I think it's the date they found it. But what if we could find a better solution, for them to have their lost and found? This does not exist anymore. It's how to request a boat. So you use a buoy. You go to the quay. It's an island. You need to wait for the speedboat, but the speedboat will not stop if the buoy is not lifted up. So you need to lift up yourself. So I was like, hey, what if we could create a design app, right? And while you still take your shower, you lift it before you don't need to run down. I work with the Girl Tech Fest twice, and I asked the little girls to create an app to improve this solution. I had issue with the scooter of my kids. I go to the school, I put them, and I was like, oh, Mom, I have to lock them, and I had no way to lock them, and I was trying, to find hacks to how. So I used like this type of elastic, rope. Did not work. And that's in my company where we put the bikes. So he used like handcuff. So I think now I hope it's becoming more and more popular, and you can buy your handcuff lock. This is seen also in a waiting room of medical practitioners in Stavanger, with chiropractor, etc., where they say if they're in, out, or in holidays. I think here we could improve their solution and maybe have an app a big screen first, right? An interface where you see who is here, who is not here. And if you are sick, you can, from your bed, add that you are sick, you will not come, and it will, thanks to the Wi-Fi, update the information in the waiting room. This is seen in an oil and gas company. I thought it was only in the movies, and when I saw it, I was like, yeah, can I take a picture? Of course you can take a picture. So I took my picture, and it's actually to store the mobile phone while you are in a meeting where it should not be recorded. Cool, no? was super proud of my picture. This is in Stavanger, a library loaning machine. This is another machine, safety COVID vending machine. Look at the vending machine or the renting machine or the whatever machine, they are quite fun. So they took advantage of the COVID to say, hey, now we are going to sell only COVID item. This is seen in UK. It's hotel essential vending machine, which is digital. It's the first one of its generation. I never saw a digital one. You can press and then have more information, and you can press accessibility, and I guess it's for wheelchair because it's the information is more, it's put down. Significance of codes. It's another criteria in UX design that I love. If you want to add an icon, it's okay, but the icon should be useful. It should match the label, right? So too often I see icons that are just decorative and that are useless. You don't necessarily need to put always icon. But here it's interesting because it's for the mainstream people. It's in the street, next to a construction area, and the icon makes sense with the label that it's written next to it. This is a power bank renting machine. So you can rent power bank. You see, maybe someone came at the counter of the hotel and said, okay, guys, what are the things that are the most asked by your customers, you know? So there is a reason that this is here. Hopefully, you know, people did some research, some observation to then implement a renting power bank machine. Another elevator, which is better. And this is another umbrella system now in UK. So you see, we saw a little bit umbrella everywhere around the world. And this is a rent umbrella machine. So I think there is really a business to do here. Thank you. My name is Margaux Simon, and I am designer at Olaf Stoppen. Guys, please, when you go out, let's put your anthropological lens and start observing. Many things to observe. Thank you.